good. Should be good. Okay. Ooh. Welcome to where the hell have I been for the past 4 months? I have been very busy, that's all I can really say. But nonetheless, can't speak anyways. This is the Sinking City. I already played through it once. Let's play through it again. It's actually a really good game. I actually really enjoy the sucker. And right now it's actually delisted. Well, it's just been taken off. It hasn't been delisted yet. But excellent mystery game. It is inspired by Lovecraft, and you can see it in the way. I'll give them the guys who made this game, who also make Frogware. They're Frogware that makes this game. They also make the Sherlock Holmes games. They did excellent with the solving the crimes and all that type of thing, because you play as a detective solving crimes and all that. And they gave their hardest darndest, and they put everything into the creepiness of the Lovecraft stories in here, and I give them straight up 100% effort credit. Holy crap, they tried their hardest. Is it scary? To probably someone who hasn't played many horror games, yeah, scary. To someone who like me, who's played a lot of horror games, watched a lot of movies about horror and all that, it's okay. There's a couple moments where I was a little tense, but after I realized it's a scripted event or it's something that happens once something else happens, it'll happen over and over again, I was less scared. So, on that note, I think I'll start this sucker. Yeah, I know. Has been researching outbreak hysteria visions in the city of Oakman. Mass is mass. It turns out that your apparitions are connected. Such cases are indeed more frequent here. Men and women from across the country were drawn to Oakman, contemplate visions similar to yours. A city drowning, a present of something great yet unknown. As luck has it, I believe we have stumbled upon the source of your ailment. The person who might help you with it. Prepare yourself. Then prepare yourself. Then come to Oakman as soon as you can. We will meet you here to help you on your way. Condolly James Van Der Bug. coil spring.
Hope I never have to use it, but something tells me I will.
Yeah, you will. Spirit Code 3, as you request, I researched the stereo. We just read this through the loading screen, so I am going to skip that. You're welcome. Like that. Okay, report it. The evidence collected. Okay, it's been a while since I played this. Photo of a trophy plate. Oh, I forgot to look at it, never mind.
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
Oakman, what does that say? Monolith National Park. Question, would you go to a place called Monolith National Park? Because I sure would.
Now get out!
Okay, thanks for the trip, bud.
At last, Mr. Charles Reed. What a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh.
Nice to meet you.
Johannes van der Berg, at your
Sorry,
service.
John.
I did promise to meet you the moment you arrived.
Ah, much obliged, Mr. Vanderberg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me Johannes. But where are my manners? Welcome to the proud city of Oakmont. Alas, now is not its finest hour, though it is its most important.
What's the deal with the city?
Reaching Oakmont was no easy task. Most maps I found didn't mark it, and this rickety packet ship is the only one that sailed here. Why is that?
Oakmont is no ordinary place. Its unique geographical position and the flood, a recent natural disaster, make it nigh impossible to reach. But you made it, Mr. Reed. I'm sure the tides of fate would have brought you here one way or another.
Yeah.
Tell me about this flood.
It began 6 months ago. Storms raged for several weeks, and the water has risen ever higher without receding. Now the city is cut off from the mainland. I must say I rather like it, despite the inconvenience. Atmosphere, you know?
I kind of like it too. Went into it. The city's actually very... I love what they did with the city. Okay.
You said you know someone who can help me with my problem. Visions have been getting worse.
Such vividness of dreams is not uncommon here in Oakmont. By chance, the man I spoke of, Robert Throgmorton, is already at the port. He has dedicated a lot of time and effort to investigate this issue. Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on his hands.
Where is Robert? Dr. Mort.
How can I find Mr. Throgmorton?
Throckmorton.
Don't worry, you can't miss him. Throgmorton tends to stand out from the crowd.
I'll need a place to lay my head while I'm here. Any recommendations?
Fair enough. I've already feathered a nest for you. There's a room in your name at the Devil's Reef Hotel. Here's the key.
Sounds charming.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Mr. Reed.
Devil's Reef Hotel. About 3 stars on Yelp, probably. Yep. Ain't that the third thing? No, I don't know. I'm not old, but I don't understand the talks of these days.
What's the best way to get around Oakmont? I'd like to drop my things at the hotel.
Most locals go by foot, or by boat. I've got the latter sorted for you. There's one waiting outside the port.
You're too kind, Johannes. Can you steer me towards the Devil's Reef?
Take this map. I've marked the hotel and a few other key places.
What else did you mark on the map?
Places? Like what?
You're a private eye, yes? Well, I've highlighted the police station, city archive, newspaper, places you'll need to get to the truth. This city is insular, its ways mysterious. No one will take you by the hand, so you'd better know where to turn in search of a lead.
That line, no one will take you by your hand, is literal. This game, you have to find where you're going next. And it's not too difficult, but it's not easy either. If you're a person who rushes through dialogue conversations and don't read all the pieces of paper, you will get lost. You do not know where you're gonna go. You will be lost a lot, and you don't know what you're doing or anything. This is one of those games where slower pace and more key eye to the detail is very key, because there's no waypoints. You are making your waypoints. It's like Morrowind in a way, and I really enjoyed this. And if they did this for, if Frogware did this for their Sherlock Holmes games, which I'm gonna get sooner or later and play through them and see how they are, I will be an instant fan, because that is just very cool. I loved how they did it this way. They gave you the clues. You had to find out where to go. And on that note, like I said, it's cool that you can have to place your own key markers, but on that note, it's not that difficult. Most of the time, they'll give you street names and all that, and you just have to put a marker there, go there, look around, and find your spot. There's some harder moments, which we'll get to them, where you have to actually find keywords in paragraphs of papers and figure out what you're doing. Like I said, we'll get there, but let's continue on.
How do you fill your days, Mr. Vanderberg?
I host a philosophy club for the like-minded intelligentsia, gathering seeds of thought like moths drawn to a flame.
Does Oakmont really have much of a market for philosophy these days?
There is no consciousness without pain, Mr. Reed. No better moment for clarity than times of hardship.
Well, that's it for now, I think. Thanks for helping me get my bearings.
No. The pleasure was mine, Mr. Reed.
Oh, before you go, how can I get in touch with you later?
Don't worry about that. I'm the kind of man who finds you.
Literally. Okay. Okay, map. Boom. Map. Quite a nice city. Looks big, but it's not that big. Seriously, blocks are like about 30 feet, and you run quite about. But it is a very nice city. My one big problem with this game was the map. I mean, the city's awesome. The atmosphere of the city is amazing. Just seeing everything and all that is quite awesome. But my main problem is I get lost a lot. I don't know if that's me or everyone else, but there are times where I'm like, okay, I'm here. I need to go all the way over here. And I'll look at the map 3 or 4 times before I get all the way over there. I think it might be me, but I think the layout of it was a little confusing, but hell, I ain't gonna complain too much, because it was still fun. It was still fun to find my way around, and I was so proud of myself when I finally got the layout of this. On that note, I haven't played this game in a while, so I had to relearn the route again. Yes, you can climb stuff. Shell casings, which is important. Yes, there is crafting in this game, which it's not that terrible. Beginning part of the game, you'll be scrounging around looking for pieces for bullets, because you have to make your bullets. You can find them, and most of the time when you complete quests or side quests, you'll get bullets and all that for as rewards with XP, which but most of the time you want to craft your bullets and all that. There we go.
I don't care about your petty excuses. No one leaves the port until my son is found, and that is fine.
Excuse me. Are you Robert Throgmorton?
I am, but not interested. Go away.
The name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator, just arrived from Boston. I was told you might be able to help me.
Private investigator, you say? Well, perhaps we can help each other.
If I may ask, what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle, outsider?
Well, like I said, I'm a PI. Finding people is kind of my specialty.
Is it? Well, Albert was part of a deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat. Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. That he even tried to bite him.
And you don't believe him?
Complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers. Mark my words.
Innsmouthers, the introduction of Ismith. Which was one of the more disappointing things that we didn't get to go see Ismith in this game, but Oakman is actually a very nice one too, and I won't spoil right now, but later on I'll talk about I love the deception that they have of this game, because you think you're going to take on or find out Cthulhu, which you do not, which I do like, but I'll talk more about that later, actually.
I take it you're not the biggest fan of these Innsmouthers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground. But now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damn city. The port, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the shells. They are everywhere.
So they're just refugees.
Hardly. They've taken work from the local fishermen. They stir and agitate against us, the Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community, not to mention that crime rates have skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking pile of trouble.
One of those moments like, which one do you want to do? We'll do the
I've heard
vision.
you're the man to speak to about visions, outbreaks of hysteria. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it myself.
Another newcomer with another problem. Yes, I know what you speak of.
Can I ask you a few questions?
How dare you? My son Albert is missing, and no one in this Innsmouther-ridden city will do a damn thing. But yes, let's talk about your dreams.
Please forgive the question, but I've never met a man quite like you before.
That's because no man measures up to the Throgmorton lineage. Proud and powerful blood flows through our veins. My father united with a certain royal family, which has blessed all our offspring with these exquisite features.
We will learn more about his past and his father later in the game.
Mr. Throgmorton, let me help you. I'm rather good at tracking down missing people. I'll find Albert.
What makes you think you can do it? Oakmont is not exactly friendly to new arrivals.
Let's just say I tend to see things that others miss. And anyway, what have you got to lose? Sounds like you could use every man you can get.
Vera, you have a point, newcomer.
Sorry, did you just say Vera? What does that mean?
You had better get used to the Oakmont dialect, outsider. That is, if you want to fit in. It is a fascinating blend. Vera means fine. I was saying, we have a deal.
I see. Thank you. I need to know more about what happened to Albert.
Dane, did you not listen at all? I already told you everything. After leaving on the expedition, Albert was found on the shore in a lifeboat. These fishermen supposedly brought him to their house, and then left to call me. But when I arrived here, my My son was nowhere to be seen.
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you stop dawdling and go see for yourself.
Okay.
Where's the house where this all happened?
For Kay's sake, I thought you were a private eye. We're standing right in front of it.
Well, I'm sorry, but we had to get through the dialogue. Even I should have known that.
You mentioned the lifeboat. Is it still around?
Yes. Face the house, then to the left is a beach that borders a fence. You'll find it there.
As much as I'm enjoying the weather, Mr. Throgmorton, it's time for me to get started.
Find my son, newcomer, and be quick about it.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll face the house to the left. Go find that lifeboat really quick. It's over here, wasn't it? Yep, there it is.
Where's your Oberon, huh, Titania?
Get on that side. I hope I'll find this. My name is Albert Warren, and this is my will. I want to warn you, don't go to the depths below. Oh, unbearable. Unreadable, sorry. We should never done that. Everything should have remained in that camp. Professor, unreadable. I fear that will become of me. It's singing in my brain, dancing on my eyelids every time I close my eyes. Unreadable, the cycle goes on and on and on and on. Unreadable. And it comes. I must warn everyone. I must tell my father, unreadable. He's here. Interesting, interesting.
Something with this helmet gives me chills. What's wrong with it?
All of this is collected. Okay, so the map's key when it shows there's three different colors for the magnifying glasses. You have white, which means you haven't started checking yet or found no evidence at all. You have yellow, where the key evidence is found, and you have green, where all evidence is found. So you want to try to find all the evidence, because finding all the evidence really can help you find some interesting dialogue and all that.
Can't catch a mackerel since those Innsmouthers took over the fishing business.
You like it here, newcomer? Well, get used to it. No one leaves Oakmont nowadays.
Squids. Or octopus. Yeah, octopus, not squid. Octopus. Okay, let's get back to that, fisherman building. Take a look and see. Yeah. No, I forget, it just opens automatically when we get close to it. Okay.
Huh. This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed.
Yep. Hold down. Shell glasses, shell casings, gunpowder. Like I said, you're gonna be...
The book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for.
Yep.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
mental note on this officer, because he will show up later again in the game.
It would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this. Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, my head. What? Who are you? Are you police? I've already told them everything.
It's okay. I'm Charles Reed, Private Eye. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son.
Oh, okay. What do you want?
I want to know what happened here. Every detail.
I don't remember much. Me, Paul, and Lewis. We were here. This is our house. Barry was outside, on his business. Then he came back carrying Throgmorton's son. He was unconscious, barely breathing. Barry left again to call Mr. Robert.
Then what?
We put the guy in Lewis's room. And he started to make these horrible sounds and... Okay. My head began to burst. And he woke up. And after that, I don't remember a thing. Just dreams. Drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that called me...
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, so far we know is that Charles has these visions and nightmares, and so do a lot of people from Oatsmith. Sorry, but also, if you remember what Thortman said, was that there are other newcomers who come trying to figure out these visions too. So Charles is not the only one who has visions, and we'll see some of those newcomers later on. But I just want you to stay on that because I did not catch that the first time through. I was like, wait, there's others? Where the game was like, yeah, there's others. We told you like in the first 10 minutes of the game. Well, who?
Tell me about yourself.
Name's Will Hammond. I'm a fisherman. We all are. Live here together. Me, poor fella Paul, Barry, and Innsmouther Lewis Flynn. We moved here after the flood. I worked on the railroad, but the rail ain't kicking anymore, so I started fishing. It was that or starve.
Where are all the other guys?
That's Paul there on the floor. Kay be with him. Barry's outside with Mr. Throgmorton. Lucky rascal missed everything. And I have no idea where Lewis or Throgmorton's son got to. Starting to suspect the worst.
Yeah.
Do you know how Paul died?
I don't know. When I pulled myself together, he was already gone. Kay, have mercy on his soul.
Who is this Kay you keep mentioning?
Outsiders, show some respect. Kay is our lord, our light, our love.
Sorry, I didn't know. I'll leave you to it. Take care of yourself, Will.
Please, detective, sir, tell me the truth. Could it be me? Did I kill Paul? Or, Kay, did I kill him?
I don't know yet, Will. The police will stop anyone coming in or out of here, so I suggest you just try and get some rest.
I'm afraid of what I might dream.
Yeah, don't worry, Paul. No, you're not Paul. I forgot your name already. Damn. Hate when it happens.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
Okay, that blue bar right there. Yep, that happened. That blue bar is pretty much your sanity. That goes down, you'll start seeing visions and all that, which I thought was an interesting idea. But my one problem with that is, because right now it's staying down, but once I leave this air, get away from the body, or leave the house, that bar starts to regenerate, which I think it shouldn't see, as you can see it going back up, which I think is not something that shouldn't happen. It should be you lose your insanity, but you gotta take medication to do it, and have some or special let's just say like something special, because there is a medication to help you with generate your sanity back, or your mind control, whatever you want to call it. I think there's actual name. Is it left or right? Yeah, there we go. Casebook, evidence, mind eye, yeah, follow the omens. Okay, I'll bet. Yeah, diving. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm just saying.
I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here.
That's well fun. So I wish they would have kept it where if you lose it, you can't regenerate it back. But it is what it is. There are those little visions happen when your sanity goes down, and there's also different things that can happen with it.
Never seen knives like this before. Masterful work.
Yeah.
Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much.
What was it, 1920 something? 1926, I think it is.
So that's what an Innsmouther looks like.
Yeah, we're gonna see another one soon. Yep, we got that weeby-jeeby around the corners. That means there is a item here that will show us a brief glimpse of something in the eye mode. Press down, and there we go. There it is. Hold.
Take this, ape face. Yeah, run!
Okay, let's see what we have here.
This is an interesting little idea, and I like it. But we'll say 80 to 85% of all the investigations you have that then you do this, it's mostly 1, 2,
Take this,
3.
ape face. Yeah, run!
When Albert Throgmorton woke up, he was not himself. He attacked the fishermen, and his hysteria spread to them. When he got wounded, he fled. There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee.
Okay, we're still broadcasting. Mine place. Okay, to the mine place. Mine place is okay. Now we gotta do a puzzle. So now we puzzle things together. We're gonna get a brief description. Albert attacked a fisherman. Lock that down. Feud. Attacked a fisherman at the house as soon as he regained consciousness. The fisherman suffered a sudden psychoactic outbreak after Albert Thurman regained consciousness. No, I'm wrong on that one. Behaved strangely after returning from the sea. That one's true. So there we go, got one. Okay, Albert was dangerous and posed a threat to Louis Flynn and his fellow fishermen. Yes. Not one I wanted. Albert fled when wounded. Nope. Nope, okay. There's no punishment for getting these wrong, which I wish there was like a punishment, like I said, if it didn't regenerate sanity, or like you don't get all the information or something. But hell, they can't make everything perfect. Okay. No. There we go. I can track down Albert. Albert and a fisherman named Louis fled the scene after fighting. Now I track him using my supernatural senses, which you will. Louis was shot. No, that's not the one. I don't want down. Albert returned unstable. Albert behaved strangely after returning from the sea. He was mad, violent, and spoke gibberish. Actually, and spread some sort of psychic influence, which made everyone nearby suffer hysteria. Albert fled when shot. I don't think it's that one. I think it's that one. As an Innsmouther, Lewis and his people suffer at the hands of the Thorntmans. That could be a reason to hate him. Okay. And that's all we got until we get more. So let's go. Oh. Something's here. Oh, yeah. This is your tracking device. This helps you find them. Oh, we can jump down here. There we go. Yeah, the body kind of is kind of funny. There's a crow one that pops up every so often I like. Oh, here. Forgot to talk
I've said everything I know.
Oh, never mind. Okay, let's follow our little shadow person.
So the fisherman pursued Albert, even let off a few shots. Even though Albert was wounded, he managed to climb that high. Robert wasn't exaggerating when he said he raised him strong.
Yep. Hello, Shadow Boy. And in we go. Okay, warehouse. Which has stuff I can get. Metal scrap. I do like the crafting system of how you gain more stuff to craft. You don't have to unlock anything or buy anything. Well, you can't buy anything. There's no stores in this game. You just pick it up and you have the crafting for it, which I like. So you don't have to like worry about buying anything or trying to unlock it with skill points or something.
There's something in the pocket.
Lewis, please just give me one more week. I know I owe you, but I am underwater like everyone else around here. I don't yet have enough stock to operate the bar smoothly. The fuzz snooping around the port, but don't worry, I struck a nice deal with the proper people and should have a steady supply channel soon. Just one more week and I'll return everything with double interest. Peter.
The blood is fresh. Whomever it belongs to could not have gotten far.
Padlocks, which I don't need more information.
The door won't budge.
Hello, guys. Your food creature. I hate how fast they are. They unlock the movement speed. There we go.
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
To the mine place. There's another one around here. Guess I heard him. Okay. Is indebted to Lewis. Albert fled when wounded. Fled the crime scene. Lewis may have wanted to kill Albert outright because he was a Morton, rather than just drive him off. Albert would no. Lewis the Innsmouther that killed Albert or may be hiding at the bar. Yep. And that's about it. from. It's been a while. That's okay, well, we'll learn it all together, guys. Okay, to the bar. Watch the bar, if I'm thinking right. See, I got a yellow. I didn't find all the clues there, but I found enough right now. The bar, I think it's right here. And I can go back and see if I can find all the else evidence. Let's go back and look really quick before I hit the bar. First round's on me. There we go. We're back. Yeah, there's some loading screens and all that if you move too fast. You have to wait for it to load back up. Okay. Let's give a quick look around again, because I might have missed something. Oh, that regenerated, that's nice. Got some good stuff now. Anything down here I might have missed? I need to talk to, let's talk to the officer.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
Okay, bud. Let's talk to our pal here. No, I didn't go in there. We'll go in there.
Yeah, I still hear those voices.
Choo choo.
Charles is one of those characters. He has a very monotone voice, but he does have some good little one-liners I do enjoy in this game. Some of his best one-liners come in late game. Is that it? No, that can't be it. It's not it. It'll say, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Choo choo.
I just want to be like, choo choo, motherfucker. He's dead. Oh, there we go.
5 cards short of a full house.
Oh, there we go, wait. All evidence collected, there we go.
Yeah, I still hear those voices.
See, that one right there, see, it didn't give me extra dialogue options, but it did give me extra XP, which we will, oh, here, let's go through all this. Key to Devil's Reef Review. I found the body of Thornton in the basement of the warehouse. Yeah, I'm going to go to the bar before I talk to his father about it. Yeah, go talk to him. Lore, which I love the lore. Trophy plate with strange fish. Looks very lifelike. Ah. Documents. Albert Thornton, I have a phone find my name. His document, his will. Skill, there we go. Yeah, I don't have any knowledge points yet, but you get points for skills and all that. And it's just mainly just to unlock, give you more health, more materials you can use. Have a chance of building something without using materials or more stuff. It's all nice little stuff. Well, yeah. To the bar. And back to his father, Albert's father. Bar under the keel. There we go. Points. 35 XP. Okay. First thing to do is talk to the gypsy. Oh, the fortune teller.
Come closer, troubled soul. Let me tell you what your future holds.
You're some kind of fortune teller?
Yes, my dear. Yes. Oh, it's so clear. Your path holds many surprises, newcomer.
Let's just see if this is me of like nonsense. But let's see, let's just feed into this stuff.
Really? Like what?
Not so fast, newcomer. I see many things. For a small fee, I'll tell you some of them.
Alright, how much? $1?
Your money has no value here, newcomer. After the flood, Oakmonters deal in the practical. Booze, smokes, and bullets. And I'll make it easier for you. I don't smoke.
Okay, so he said $1. This is 1926. Holy crap, he gave her, if she's given her $1, she has a good amount of food for a while. Well, she can eat for a couple of days off of that $1. 1926, Prohibition era. I want to know how much money value that will be today. Should I look that up? Give me 2 minutes. To Google, because I really want to know. I know that's quite a bit of money, because $1 is a decent amount of money in 1926. Not like a huge amount, but decent amount to where you'd be like, whoa, really? Like, I think like giving like $5 to someone today. Maybe a little more, but we'll find out. Give me a sec, it's loading. So $1 from 1926 has the value of $14.64, almost $15, which now, to people who of now, a fortune teller, $15 probably is a good rate. But then, just being a little side street fortune teller who lives in a bar or works in a bar or whatever, for $1, holy crap! I mean, a nickel would probably have been fine. Let's see what 5 cents would be. Yeah, 5 cents is worth almost 3/4 in today's money. Almost. It's 73 cents. So, yeah, $1 is $14, almost $15. Yeah, that's just something very fascinating. Holy crap, that's quite a bit of money. Unless fortune tellers were quite that expensive back then, which I don't know. I didn't live in 1926. It's just one of those features I'm like, yeah, he's offering her $1, which is quite a bit of money. But nonetheless, let's go on. One bullet.
Let's hear what my future holds.
Good. Let me focus. The sea will be generous in the coming days. Many gifts delivered, and many will regret partaking.
I don't think I follow.
I see old and new. A hard heart against an iron will. Whoever wins, you win too. But you'll only see that from inside a metal cage. And tall pillars, circled by the dead. A race from one to the next, as time itself laughs.
Okay, so playing the game already and rehearing this dialogue, it makes a little more sense. I won't spoil anything. Let the game play out as it should.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
You are welcome. I can't wait to see what you do.
Yeah, we're good. I can see a trophy.
I'll miss the Carpenter's food giveaway with this darn port closure.
What's your problem?
Take request, bud? No? Okay.
Welcome to Under the Keel. What do you want?
I'm looking for a man by the name of Lewis Flynn. Any chance he's here?
Yeah. Even if I knew, I don't rat to newcomers.
As it happens, I know you owe a debt to Mr. Flynn. Trouble is, I found your note near the dead body of Albert Throgmorton. son of Robert. So, it seems Lewis is in trouble. Might have even come here to hide. But you hand him over, and he won't be back to collect what you owe. Get me?
Rock. That would explain the blood. Fine. If it gets me out of this mess, you can have him.
So?
He's upstairs. Here's the key. You gotta promise to deal with him once and for all. But save the shooting for outside, huh?
Smart man. There's your good deed for the day. I've seen some unsettling creatures around. Like nothing I've ever encountered. What are they?
So you met a wild beast, newcomer.
Wild beast, there we go.
No one knows what they are, but consider yourself lucky to still be in one piece. They arrived in the flood. Some say they come from the sea. Others they are Kay's punishment for us.
And what do you say?
If it bleeds, you can kill it. Keep your gun handy. And if you want to erase the memory, I sell a perfect cure right here. Remember, better to be a coward and live than brave and dead. Unless you're a newcomer.
Goodbye.
Thanks for the shit advice. But it is true, doing the cowardly thing is a lot easier. Especially when you have limited ammunition and you have to create it, and some of them take quite a few bullets. There we go.
Hey, who are you? What are you doing?
Charles Reed, private investigator. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son Albert, so I think you know why I'm here.
Throg. That darn bartender. It was all that crazy ape's fault. You hear me?
Calm down. I only want to speak, for now. But no, if you reach for your gun, you'll hit the floor faster than you can say poetic justice.
I got nothing to hide.
Start at the beginning. What happened?
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Barry'd gone to the sea. Though I told him that it would only bring bad luck. If he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Come on, Lewis. Focus.
Right. Well, Barry dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much Mr. Throgmorton would give us for saving his son. But that ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, can't remember a thing.
You shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember it. When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over me. First thing I recall after is that darn warehouse and me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened, though I suspected it had something to do with that ape. Turns out, I was right.
Why do you look like that? Okay. We know why he looks like that. He's from Innsmouth. Innsmouth.
The things you did to Albert don't look like a bloody rage. A fatal shot to the head, a hidden body. One might start to wonder if it was deliberate.
I don't know what to say. I wasn't myself.
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. Care to fill me in?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, medicine. The city denied it all.
And so?
We had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high castle only made our life harder, always conspiring behind our backs, always setting people against us. I'd love to see them suffer like we suffered.
You mentioned a grand family. What do you mean?
So you're a newcomer, huh? Explains a lot.
Yeah, a newcomer with a gun. Answer the question.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition and reputation. The head honchos of Oakmont called the Grand Families. There's the Carpenters, who control most of the city's underworld, the Blackwoods, who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Right, those filthy apes. Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect us Innsmouthers.
I think I've got all I need.
Please, Mr. Reed, don't tell Throgmorton about me. I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to do whatever it is I did. Honest, have mercy, please. I have a family. Without me, they'll starve.
This is not exactly cut and dry. I need some time to think.
Perhaps I can offer something to grease your grinds. I still have a few bullets on me.
I'm just gonna take it for the bullets
Turns
and
out I
betray him.
arrived here unprepared for
Because there were
business.
no consequences
Give me a
at
little
all.
something to get started, and my lips are sealed.
I knew you'd understand. Here you are, Mr. Reed.
That is my biggest problem with this whole game. I forgot to say. My biggest problem with this whole game is no matter what you do, you can be a complete asshole in this game. And there are no consequences to the final ending of this game. The final ending of this game is walk to a spot, walk to a spot, or walk to a spot. You pick your ending. Which, I was a little irked. I was like, great, oh man. It's gonna be one of those endings, which I was like, I didn't like that. I wanted to have it where my actions caused the ending, but it was just one of those ones where the endings were, you either walk to one point, you choose this point, or you choose that point. So, I got the bullets. Let's go to Mine Place really quick, finish this up. Boom, boom. Lewis was aware of his actions. Lewis was mentally affected. Yeah, it's actually more Lewis was. Yeah, he killed him and blew his blood. You will find out later in this game. No, the Innsmouthers, can't pronounce that right for some damn reason, are all out for blood, except for one or two. So, I got some more bullets. Let's just tell him, I found the murderer.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm afraid I have bad news.
No.
Yeah, I found your son in the basement of a nearby warehouse. I'm sorry, but he was murdered. Shot in the head and the body hidden.
No. It cannot be true. No, no, no. I don't believe it. No.
I've tracked down your son's murderer.
Where? Who is he?
Just as I suspected, the Innsmouther Lewis is responsible for your son's murder. He's hiding at the local bar. Just ask the bartender. Seems like he had a bone to pick with your family. Took it out on Albert.
Oh, that scum won't be getting off easy. The whole city shall see what happens when you cross the Throgmortons. Justice, bittersweet as it is, shall be served. It's rare for a newcomer to make himself so useful. Thank you.
Mr. Throgmorton, I hate to press you, but do you think you could help me now?
Yes, you've earned it. Gay to think a newcomer barely off the boat solves a crime the police couldn't, but I digress. Remind me, what brought you to Oakmont?
Visions or insanity? We're going with visions.
I think I'm going mad, Mr. Throgmorton. I see things, visions, and I needed to stop. I was drawn here, or guided, or I don't know. But I believe the source of this madness is here, in Oakmont.
You're not wrong, Mr. Reed. An inexplicable hysteria spread through Oakmont after the flood. I funded an expedition to explore recent geological activity that may be responsible.
A geological expedition? I'm not sure I follow.
I have reason to believe the flood and this madness have the same source. As above, so below. So I send men to find out.
Do these cases of hysteria involve shared visions as well?
Since the flood, many Oakmonters have had similar nightmares. Indeed, Professor Doe, the expedition leader, complained of them herself.
Waterlogged ruins with unnatural architecture, a sleeping giant, drowned streets, and a voice calling from the depths.
Her words exactly. She proposed the expedition, desperately wanting to find the cause.
You mentioned the flood. You think it's more than just a natural disaster?
You weren't here, Mr. Reed. What happened defied scientific explanation.
Has your expedition found anything?
I do not know. Albert was part of it. His passing cannot be coincidence. Why was he alone at the port? And where are the others?
Do you think your son was killed because the expedition uncovered something?
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a week, then Albert, the only one I could trust, comes ashore and is killed.
It does sound suspicious.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. I expect you're as interested in the expedition's results as I am.
If I'm going to look into this, I'll need to know more. Where should I start?
I'll give you the address of the expedition's headquarters and a key.
That's all you can tell me?
Let me be clear, Reed. You do not speak to me like that again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Throckmorton. I just meant the more I know, the better.
I am a busy man. I funded the research but left all preparations to Professor Doe and Albert. When you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton family manor. It's in Old Grove. Here, I'll show you.
What about my expenses?
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port. I'll also include a fair advance in bullets.
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. Bullets mean more than bills.
Okay, well, we got a knowledge point, which is nice. Lost expedition. Robert Thorne funded expedition. Massive stereo, grouping open. Professor Doe. So, we know that Professor Doe had the same visions and all that going on. He went to Thortman to see if they could find any information. Found something in the middle of the ocean. Went to go see what it was. So you paid for an expedition. Earn more experience and staying for slightly longer. We're going for that one. Because that one gained more experience for all sources, that one gained more experience. That one's longer. 50 chance to double quest reward and items. Yeah. This one's more important because experience and knowledge points that goes up, because if anyone noticed that it's still 1,000, I think after 10 points, not 10, 5 or 6 I think it was, it goes up from 1,000 earned to 1,500, and then from there to 2,000. So we want to get as many experience points as possible, but we'll slowly bounce over to carry 25 pieces of crafting material and all that information that we need. My health is down a bit. Lost at sea, new quest. Let's go to the hotel, which is right there. Hotel. Devil Reed's Hotel. Devil Reed. Ugh. Speaking hard. Oh. Which one's which? Founded an expedition to discover the origins of a mass hysteria gripping Oak Mountain. Expedition was explored the seabed of Oak Mountain. Contents of the expedition was soon lost. Albert Thorne was the only known survivor. He was instinctively muttered. I was hired to find any other expeditional member, dead or alive. Thorne will be waiting my report in this manner in South Pole Grove. So, like I said, all the fish mouthers are actually in on something with this stuff, except for a few, but I'm going to be assholes to them anyways because I need a couple of trophies to finish this. Waiting for everything to pop in. There we go. Texture. Yay! Let's go. Let's discover stuff in my diary. Part 1. I don't know exactly what exactly is like the USS Cyclops. Only remember the screams and the metal creaking, water filling the deck, and the headache. The worst I've ever had. I found myself among the floating seaweed, drowning. A nearby piece of boat helped me survive and reached the shore of a small island. They found me on it later, starving, half mad, bolting about an ancient ruin and their designs. The official said none of that I thought I've seen was real, but my memories are true. My strange powers gained after the ordeal proved it. I found something horrible on that island, something old and dark and slithering, and it still haunts me. Pretty much they're talking about the ruin from
Crew of the Cyclops.
What's the book? The title.
Semper Fortis, brothers.
Dagon. My brain farted a second. They're talking about the item found in Dagon. Plead of help. Dear Mr. Reed, I understand you are a private eye that caught the murder report. My life is in danger. I cannot trust anyone in the city. Please come to my room, which is just opposite yours. I am in despair. My studies have drawn attention to vile forces. They stalk me, and I will take me soon. I have cast my lot, and my beyond saving. But the 7 books must be saved at any cost. Even if I'm gone, find my notes. This knowledge must not be lost, and it cannot be. Our kind last hope for enlightenment. Please be the bearer of the light, for I have failed. This, I think, was a DLC item.
Never again, they say.
There we go. Supplies. Yeah, that's all DLC stuff.
No matter how much of this I chug down, the visions always return.
Okay. Costumes. Yeah. Honestly enough, I like the one they give you. Plague Doctor. That's a fun one. Honestly enough, the Newcomer and Unburdened Newcomer are my favorite ones. The Plague Doctor comes in a close second. But yeah, these are these are all their main unlockable, which you unlock some of them. I know Gangster, King's Robes, Man of Science. I know these two you unlock by good completing story. These are all side missions you can do to unlock them. Which I'll do the side missions and unlock them, but I won't be wearing them because I like the newcomer look. Newcomer look. Brain not working right. Look, I like this look. It's nice. I like the little shovel that sways around. This gives me antihistamine and first aid. The number of attacks on Innsmouth immigrants have increased. Raids are intensified and more Innsmouth exposed to abuse and assault. Sometimes whole families are found dead in their houses. Police are on the chase with several legal Innsmouth business captured and their owners sent to jail. City ought to have been cleared of these fish scum long ago, said Robert Thorntman, head of the Thorntman Scan family. I regret only one thing. It's all started too late. Had we not neglected our civic duty, my son Albert would still be here with us. So come here every so often if you're ever going to play this game. You'll have updates of the story on this as newspaper articles and all that. And some of them can be very interesting. Some of them have some interesting cutscenes and all that happen with it. I want to poop in here. Okay, let's go. Dear Mr. Reed. Well, not dear, but you know what I mean. It seems that over-eccentric myself while conducting the investigation of Mr. Thornmore. Forgive me for audacity, but I brought you to Devil's Reef while you were unconscious. Please take more care of yourself in the future. I won't be there for you all of your time, Johannes. Okay. You can actually... Some of these rooms are unlocked. Get that. I think it was this one. Yep. Yeah. This one has the... this is the book one. You have to find 7 books. Building a church was his redemption day. After that day, he woke without payment, carrying stones, putting them in the moist soil of Salvation Harbor. At night, when he returned to his house behind the church, he could not sleep. The book he fast-spread brought across the ocean called. When the church was built, the priest found him hanging on the bell ropes, but the book is still waiting for him to come and read it. The house is in the central Salvation Harbor on the Old Church Road between Seven Oaks Street and Wilhelm Street. Still has a bad frame, and no one wants to live there even after the flood. So this is how you're going to get around. They're going to give you a location because the city is broken up into several districts. You got a location, you got Salvation Harbor, then it'll say either between, on, near, corner of, or some other variation of that, of this street and this street. So the streets we have are Old Church Road between Seven Oaks Street and Wilhelm Street. Yeah, so that's one of them. But that's just one of 7 we have. That was 1. Number 2, look, a lot of effort to track this book. After being stolen from the Thorntman Museum, it was brought by a local surgeon who was found dead in the house after the flood. It sunk in and checked out his place. I snuck in and checked out his place, but in vain. Still, there is somewhere else the tomb may be. The private hospital in Western Reed Hythe, where the surgeon worked, has been abandoned. The archives say it is on Bourbon Road between Islington Road and Oak Street. Okay. I will be finding all these. I'll be doing as many side missions as I can because side missions are so fun. I had a dream so real it still makes my head shake. A huge Ferris wheel rose amidst the city. People got on the road it higher and higher before jumping off at its peak. As the pile of corpses grew bigger, crowds pushed me to the wheel. And then I saw the main man with the leather bag. He was standing in the center of the wheel and reading from the book. His awful degree was making the wheel rotate and dragging the crowd to the slaughter. Could the vision be real? I know there is a Ferris wheel on the pack and at the park in western Old Grove near Central Avenue and Beacon Street, but where could the book be? The local legend may be more than mere suspicion. A dozen witches have been hung on a huge apple tree and still grow near the cedar mill. Among these documents, a confession one of the witches said the devil himself granted them a book with words of power. This book hides itself from mortal eyes, waiting for witches to be reborn and return to claim it. The witch who wrote this confession lived in Eastern Reed Heights, somewhere north of the intersection of Communion Road and Museum Avenue. Could the book still be hidden there? Okay, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fishermen talk of a place near the Blackwood Manor on the southern part of Whispering Street. Their meeting occurs in dead of night. The locals don't like this part of eastern Grimhaven Bay because they seem to fear those who gather near the half-built ship. They say the certain book is read at these meetings, a cursed tome that makes people so crave the sea's touch that they go and drown in the ocean. The one reading the book stands on the cursed boat and sinks in the fog. Those who saw it touch the shore have either gone mad or disappeared. I'll read that right after we get these last two. Talking to locals is never easy, but this old chap was one of the queeriest yet. He was happy to talk about the book, but only laughed when I proposed to buy it. I left it in the most guarded place of the city, and paid enough to keep it there until the world ends. And if it is abandoned after the flood, even better. Ignorance is the best guardian. I'm guessing he meant the abandoned bank building in Northern Avant on Fourfather Street between Heelog Street and Windhalf Avenue. Alas, it would be too dangerous to go there by myself. Last one, and then we'll read the journal, and then we will probably just go to... let's just read. I'll talk where we're going. Local woman, we're talking about a ruined house in Central Coverside, near the radio tower on the crossing of Landing Avenue and Kingsport Street. They say the ghost of the house owner and his family still read the unholy book and keep several newcomers who try to settle in the house ruins have gone mad. And I boarded up the windows and locked the door. They are just men, Yellow King's gang. They can't get here now. Now there's only me, and there's nightmares. A little longer, and I'll figure them out. Okay. Mr. Archer, I've seen you dragging things into your room. Mind the floor. I make you pay for the scratches. You leave. Your landlord. Oh, I do like this.
Makes this place feel more like home. I miss Boston already.
Yeah, Charles, you are. Yeah. Okay, locked. There's an upstairs thing, which we can go up there. I don't think there's anything open that we can go in there for. Yeah. Oh, there we go. too many contenders. So the lighthouse is out. Several ships have been gone lost at sea, and some are now decorating the city beaches. One thing, but there's an end. And poisoning fellow at the city port hiring savages to recover ships. He's turned the tide profit, and yeah, this is one of the side missions, which I will go and get when we have a chance. Nope. Nope. Yep. Nice piece of art. I think that's about it. Yep. Nothing in here. Last door. Nothing. Okay. Okay, we will go and find the...
Finally, you're awake. Gotta tell you though, mister, you wanna stay on here, you stop making all that noise.
Noise? What noise are you talking about?
I expect my guests to be respectable. Moans, chanting, all that kind of thing. It stops, all right?
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't really remember what happened, but I'll do my best.
Yeah? Well, next time it happens, you end up sleeping under the bridge like the other newcomers.
You're not exactly friendly with your guests. Are we the ones keeping you in business?
All these newcomers after the flood, they're stark raving mad.
What do you mean?
You can't imagine the crazy notes and books I find after they move out. Only thing they're good for is lighting the kitchen stove.
Can I have a look?
I knew it. I tell you, no one sane would be interested. And you want to take a look? Well, fine. Take what you wish.
Yeah, see, he talks about, heck of notes. Yeah, that's a lot of notes. A lot of notes. Okay, so what I was saying was, yeah, he even talks about newcomers coming from the outside looking for divisions or something that are gone crazy. What the hobo signs? Yeah, the hobo signs. All you need to know that the... I will show you once we get out. Oh, no. Right here. There's an H on the door. That H just means you can interact with what's behind it. So we can go in and out because that H says we can. But don't be fooled, not all H's will let you go in. Because some H's are plot driven. There's our fast travel point. We can't use it because I think this is the only place we have unlocked right now. Telephone booths are where we go to fast travel, so that's all we have right now. So yeah, we read that. There's all the documents, which I will read a little later, because there's a lot. Okay, those are the side missions there, which I would do later. Yeah, those side missions, yeah, we'll do those a little later. But let's go to it. Robert gave me the key to the expedition headquarters in northern Coverside at the crossroads of Asher Road and Herbert Avenue. So back to it. Back to the case here. We are going to pin evidence and place on map. It was Coverside. Coverside was north, ain't it? Let's read how it says advance. Oh, Coverside's right here. Coverside, located northern Coverside, crossroads of Asher. Here's Asher Road and Herbert, so it's right there. We're going there. There is no fast travel, so we just have to use a boat. Something hard, we're going up stream. I love this little detail. The boat is called Cyclops 2. The note was talking about his ship when he was in the Navy called the Cyclops. Love a little joke there. Yeah, that works. We're just gonna go straight up here. We got another telephone booth up here, so we'll make it so we can fast travel around here. I forgot there's a wall. I can't climb it. I have to go around. Go out. There's the wall, bud. Wall, bud. Go down Lincoln. We're gonna hit that telephone booth. Okay. Yeah, even if I intervene, nothing happens. That's the one thing I think they should have had. They should have had like a... Nope, there's stuff there. Moral value thing where if you intervene, you gain sanity or something. Hey, our first cultist. Stop it. Our second cultist is right behind. We don't usually see those guys until a little bit later. Yeah. They just spawned in randomly too. But it's fun. Okay.
You look tense, honey. You need to let loose.
No, thank you, ma'am. I'm good. Yeah, we're gonna go that way, but I want to get this telephone booth first. We'll have a fast travel point from here. Telephone booth. I call these the possum things. They look like possums, okay? That's good. I love the cat variants. Oh man, they're interesting to look at. Here we are. And I think I'm going to end this for tonight here. So, we are going to save. Yeah, we're just going to save over that. There we go. I'll give it one thing. Saving is quick as hell. But, I hope you enjoyed this. I really want to do more of this one, and I do have plans for another thing I'm going to do, which I'm going to say it's going to be me playing a game that I have little to no experience with, which is weird because I usually have some experience with games from this certain company, but it's a game I haven't played much of. I mean, I'll give it this. I played a little bit way back then when it came out, but they have a remastered of it, so I'm going to play some of it. It's another live stream, hopefully in a couple of days. We'll see if that happens. Hopefully nothing goes wrong and I can actually do it. But I hope I can start coming back and doing more live streams. I really enjoy this, and for the few people who do watch me, I do enjoy your interaction when you guys do talk to me. Or not, or just watch my videos and leave comments. I don't care. I do enjoy the little reaction I do get, and I do enjoy playing these games and just talking about them. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and on that note, stay wise, my friends.